news, and much is true. The world can feel upside down. Camp will always be there for you. We will always be around. We've got weather, sports, trivia, and shorts. And there's so much more that we've got in store. On Boogie Boogie Toe, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Toe, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Toe, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Toe, Sugar Grove.
My name is Eliza Makovsky.
And I'm Josh Polster.
And this is
Boker Tov Sugar Grove. It is Monday, July 6th, the 14th of Tammuz, and we are back this morning with more classic Ram Kol Kima music that you need to get you out of bed in the morning, weather and traffic updates as usual. We're going to chat with a high-level celebrity guest, get another complete leaderboard update, since scores are being updated much more regularly now, and so much more. Welcome to Week 2 of Indoor World. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
our overview of the day with some Indoor World updates. First of all, some of you may know Josh and I, in addition to running the morning show, we also usually Rocher Village. This summer we've been Rocher Packages. So we really we get the opportunity to attend a lot of meetings, to hear a lot of information, some of which we are allowed to share here, some of which we're not. And I'll put it like this. I can't say what, and I can't say when, but you should definitely go to the thing happening today.
There's a thing happening today?
I don't know. Maybe.
It could be. What is it?
It could be in like the afternoon-ish.
That's usually when things tend to happen.
I don't want to... That's all I really have to say, or really allowed to say.
There's not really much to say.
Want to lose my job.
Don't lose your job. That's a bad move.
So
you can't do this alone.
I guess I'd just say, vaguely, there might be a thing you should go to. And you should pay attention to when people tell you that there are things to go to.
Indeed. Many things, many goings, many too. Today in Tochnit, we discuss the reactions of famous Jewish thinkers like Rav Yaakov Emden and Moses Mendelssohn to the radical philosophical challenge of the Enlightenment in relation to halacha and Jewish tradition as a whole.
The rap battle, I would definitely recommend.
The rap battle. Check out the rap battle provided in your Chavruta packets. It's lit.
It's fantastic.
Congratulations to Tess Piper on winning yesterday's 301 raffle. You too can have an opportunity to win said raffle by attending the Daily 301, 5 minutes and 1 second of Torah with the Roshei Beit Midrash at 7 p.m. every single day. That's what daily means.
All right. Speaking of daily, what are our challenges for the day? We've got the individual / Sevet challenge, which is garbage can jumping. I would say if you don't have enough garbage cans in your life, there are other things you can jump over.
Many things.
Get creative with that.
Chairs.
Siblings.
Oh. We took that in two different directions.
But, have fun with that. Be careful. Stay safe. Make good choices about that type of thing. If
the people surrounding you are also singing Yibaneh as you do it, that's probably an added atmospheric benefit to your video.
Absolutely. And for bunk time, we are looking for a pre-lunch skit or an IET of some sort. Work with your bunk to make that happen. You all know what a pre-lunch skit looks like. You've been there. You've waited for lunch while watching a skit. So make us wait for lunch as we watch skits and see your work.
It's your turn. Step up to the plate.
We hope you enjoyed discovering the false bottom in your Indoor World package yesterday. That was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Very cool
surprise,
stuff
surprise.
In there. I'd say it was definitely one of my favorite parts of the box.
Yeah, that was both as a reveal and contents-wise. There's definitely a lot of fun things in that part of the box. Let us know what you're doing with all the things you got yesterday in the false bottom part of the box.
And did you figure it out?
That's true. Did you figure it out? We'll have to see if people have started figuring it out and if they're ready to know the truth.
Well, stay tuned for more package updates coming soon. Don't open anything quite yet. We are getting there, and we're excited to share it with you. This Morning Show podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
The swings at Machaneh. Simple, elegant, wooden. They go back and forth all day without any care in the world. But they have one care, and that's you. Come to the swings. Converse side by side on them with a friend. Contemplate the complexities of life on them. Lose yourself on them. They're waiting for you right outside the Cheder Ochel. Never use another swing set again.
Well, that was a unique advertisement.
And if you don't know, now you know.
We're going to just move on from that. Thank you to our contributors, unnamed contributors, for providing us with that advertisement. All right, we've got some weather and traffic updates for you from Sugar Grove. Today, we're expecting a high of 88 and a low of 66. I gotta tell you, no matter how much water you drink, it's not enough. Sunrise this morning was at 5:49 a.m. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I was softly asleep at that time.
Definitely not seeing sunrise anytime soon. There were 3 cars and 2 ATVs seen on Deer Run Road yesterday, an all-time high for the road this summer, so that's pretty exciting.
It's really getting busy out there. Nobody's really sure why, but there was actually a vehicle sighting, multiple vehicle sightings for the first time this summer yesterday.
I'd say you should definitely look both ways before crossing the street.
I mean, you should always do that. But usually you don't see anything. This time you actually would have had to stop and pause and wait for a vehicle to pass.
Exactly.
Today's news from Sugar Grove, the Ahava sign on the main Migrash, which I'm sure you all remember, has been painted a bright magenta color.
Magenta, that's like purple, pink.
It's like a bright reddish pink.
Pink.
It's flamboyant.
Okay.
The Amish community has expressed shock at the color choice, which they have to drive by every day, and have refused to come within 15 feet of the monument.
Understandably. I'd like to just give a shout out to Akiva and Chanoch from Cleveland. Thank you for joining us live today and every day. We really enjoy having you. And shout out to everyone on the dining deck right now who may or may not be listening to this, depending on whether Sheer has started yet. And shout out to my parents who occasionally tune in. Love you guys.
Shout out to my parents as well.
You're the best. All right, we are on to the mailbox. The mailbox is where we share your thoughts on our questions and sometimes our thoughts on our own questions, depending on if we forget to put the poll up on Instagram.
That has happened in the past.
And yep, we're working on it. Yesterday's poll, I guess, was your favorite day of the week in the context of camp. We heard a little bit from Alex yesterday about his favorite day, which is Mush Day. And people did express that they do enjoy Mush Day. What else do people enjoy, Josh?
Well, I think the classic answers were Shabbat or Friday.
Of course, because they're the only days that aren't Mush Day.
Exactly. They're the only days you can actually tell apart, which I very much understand. We had a response that I'm not sure how to process, which is Thursday? Is that what that says?
It seems to say that, yes.
I don't know whether that was a misspelling or a mysterious day that occurs in between other days that I'm not quite aware of. But Thursday is apparently a favorite option. We had Mush Day. Time is relative, which is technically true.
And feels like it in camp.
Definitely feels like it in camp, depending on what activity you happen to be engaged in. Any day Moses is around or giving out morning meds or singing about morning meds.
Oh, really
is definitely a favorite day. That's
highlight.
most days, though.
Yeah.
We're blessed with that on a majority of days during the summer. Somebody said Sunday.
That's a really interesting
Which
answer.
is interesting, because I definitely would not agree with that.
No, Sundays are hard.
Sundays are hard, because you got to go back to the week from Shabbat. You're usually up late on Saturday night. There's a lot of exhaustion involved with Sundays.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. Somebody said all of the days, which is really just a non-committal answer. You missed the point.
Understandably, but...
Look, we get it. Every day in camp is a great day, but some of them are better. You just have to acknowledge that. Do you have a favorite day, Elisa?
Oh, I think I would actually choose probably Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Because Tuesday is the midweek point here at camp.
Okay.
And,
Tuesday is the Wednesday of camp.
Right, exactly. And
okay.
It feels good to be in the groove, in the rhythm. I really feel like I'm accomplishing things. I still have time to accomplish more things. There's not we're not up to the pre-Shabbat rush yet, but we're not in the post-Shabbat stress. So it's a nice in between. What about you?
I hear you. I think I'm actually partial to Thursday for a variety of reasons. One of which is for Tzevet, there's usually Chavruta Fest at night, which is always a lot of fun. Coming soon, by the way, to Tzevet near you.
I thought that was on Wednesdays.
I think it changes depending on what the schedule is, but I always think of it as Thursdays.
Interesting.
And then you're at the end of the week, so there's not a lot of stress left, right? The next day is Friday, there's no Pilot. It's a little bit more relaxing, but you're not quite at Friday yet where you have the whole pre-Shabbos stress that we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, for today's poll, the big question, Shechem or Aruchat Eser? It's a good question.
And one with multiple layers.
Definitely.
Today's Morning Show podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Hey everyone, Moses here to remind everybody that the Stoneware tab on the Campstone website is live and active. Never before were we able to order stoneware online. What a unique opportunity. There's so much good stuff on there too, like dry fits, t-shirts, sweatpants, hoodies, phone wallets, and pop sockets. The Campstone world is your oyster. And better yet, Mahana will ship your stoneware straight to your house. All you need to do is go to campstone.org with a parent's permission and click on the Stoneware tab. That's campstone.org. Get your stoneware today.
Thank you, Moses. I actually just ordered a shirt yesterday. I am very excited about it. It's a long sleeve 50th anniversary shirt. I didn't get to go to any of those events, so I plan on wearing it every day for the rest of the summer.
That's a nice shirt for sure. Next up, we have our, I think famed at this point, Between Two Bunk Beds interview segment. Today's special guest is one you all know and recognize for a variety of reasons. It's your Rosh Moshav, Alicia Kelman. Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Bunk Beds. We're here with the man himself, Rosh Moshav, Alicia Kelman. Alicia, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much. Nope.
Keep going.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, you are one of the 3 Rosh Moshav this summer.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of Rosh
also
Moshav.
not very many.
Somehow, less than there was supposed to be. And you've kind of carved out your space, your identity, I would say, as the man with the fuzzy beard. Would you agree with that? Would you disagree with that? Do you have anything to add?
I like to be seen as more than just my facial hair, but I will admit that
I can't understand why, but okay.
I will admit that having a unique brand has helped me in my job.
Yeah, you've created a name for yourself, an
Yeah,
image.
I have a name, I have an image, and I have an aura even as well because of it.
An aura.
Yeah.
All right. And how do you put that to use in your daily activities as Rosh Moshav?
Well,
where does that come into play?
See, that's a very interesting question because really kind of every aspect is a little bit changed by the dynamic that my facial hair kind of affects. The way that it affects the room, the mood, really every conversation I have, every meeting I'm running, every video that I'm producing, whatever it is, really you can't miss it. That's really what it's about.
You definitely cannot miss it. That's for sure. All right. So it's a beard with a purpose.
It's a beard with a purpose. We'll see how long it lasts.
It's a tool to use in your campaign for
It's a
global
tool.
domination.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but it's definitely I've found it helpful so far. But I might be looking to explore some new challenges without it. We'll see.
All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody, for Alicia's shaving show, where we shave Alicia, different patterns and different times.
I did not sign up for that.
Yeah, no, you did not, but it's happening nonetheless.
All right, let's talk about your recent involvement in the sports world. As our listeners know, there are not too many sports going on right now, but there is one league that is just starting up in Campstone. It's the Bubble Soccer League. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can. Me and your co-host over here, Josh, we're on a team together. And I don't want to say that we annihilated our competition earlier today, but it wasn't really a fair fight, The 2-1 score didn't really tell the whole story.
It did not. There was definitely a strong level of control displayed by the purple and green team over our less skilled opponents.
Right.
And is this the type of thing that our listeners who are not here at camp right now will be able to see?
Oh, they'll be watching it very soon. We're gonna have commentary. We're gonna have interviews. It's gonna be great.
So stay tuned for that. The Bubble Soccer League coming to you soon. Check out Alicia's perfect crosses into the box, leading to 2 Ellie Myers goals for the purple and green team today. Follow the entire Bubble Soccer League, its double elimination bracket, coming soon to the Indoor World website with an entire level of new content and sports creativity for those of you missing your professional sports leagues out there. Now, Alicia, we're entering into the second week of Indoor World, right? We have a week behind us. Everybody kind of knows what to expect. Can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek for what's coming up this coming week in Indoor World? Some new things that are happening, changes, mix-ups. What can you give us?
Well, I definitely think that there are going to be some surprises heading your way. I found that every day of Indoor World so far, I think that we've kind of pushed the boundaries a little bit further. We've shifted, we've moved the wall, and we're going to keep doing that. So whatever you think is going to happen, I think we're going to go a little bit above and a little bit beyond it.
All right. And
Was that vague enough? Or do you want me to be vaguer?
be vague. A little bit vague.
A little bit more
I
vague?
think I maybe understood something from that. So try
Okay.
again.
They're going to be, you guys are going to open new things in your packages. You're going to find new uses for them that are going to be related to some of the things we're doing here.
Much less vague.
Yeah, way less vague.
That went opposite the direction I was expecting it to go in.
Do you want me to be more specific?
I can't tell what's going to happen if I say yes to that. So sure, go for it.
I'm not going to be.
Oh, well, I guess now we know. Alicia will both be unspecific and vague while telling you things that may or may not be true. Once again, a disclaimer that this podcast may or may not report factual truths as we find them.
All right, if you can't tell us anything about the coming week, can you talk a little bit about the past week? Is there any highlights, anything you felt like was really successful?
I've been blown away by the challenge submissions that we've seen. We've seen, true creativity in every league. There have been accusations
Ah, yes.
made against me and my family.
Accusations?
Yes, I've heard the rumors. My family, as some of you might know, is currently in first place in the leaderboards.
Well, I mean...
Applause.
Should you applaud that?
Well,
Or
I don't know.
Is this rigged?
Is it rigged, Alicia? What do you have to respond to these
Not
allegations?
only is it not rigged, I'm not involved in grading the submissions whatsoever. Not only that, I haven't even been involved in filming the family solutions, which means there's no insider trading here. There's no nothing. I happen to come from a very creative and talented family. Special shout out to Atara and Azaria for really leading the charge in the Kelman household.
Well, there you go. You heard it here, folks. No insider trading from Alicia Kelman. We'll see if that bears up in our further investigative reporting on the potential for fraudulent leaderboard scores here in the Indoor World program.
Why are you sowing unnecessary doubt? It's good, it's clean, it's fair. We're just better.
All right. That's the claim from the Kelman family. I don't know whether there's any kind of partiality here or anything else going on, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens this coming week.
Do you have any, even if you haven't been judging the competition, I assume you've seen some of them?
Oh, I definitely have.
Do you have any favorites that stand out to you? Some advice for future challenge submitters?
I think that definitely all of us here at Indoor Worlds, and I can't speak for the judges because, once again, I don't judge, but certainly I appreciate the humorous takes, the really creative ones, where, like, there's completing the task, and then there's completing a task in an unexpected way, and those, I think, really go a long way.
All right. Keep it creative, keep it unexpected to win points from, I guess, not Alicia Kelman, but hopefully from your other judges.
All right, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us here on Between Two Bunk Beds. It was a pleasure having you.
Pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining here, Alicia.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alicia, once again for joining us for an interview. We're going to move on to our guest segment. If I'm being totally honest, we were supposed to play this piece on Friday, as it will become very, very apparent. But we're learning, and it turns out that things take longer than you expect them to, and we ran out of time. So we're so excited to bring back Sarah Klein for another episode of What I Miss About Camp.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to me talking. Welcome back to my segment on this amazing morning show called What I Strangely Miss About Camp. I am your host of this part of the show, Sarah Klein. And can I just say that before I start, being able to do this is simply an honor and a pleasure, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Now, I want to talk about something I strangely miss about camp, which this one is strange, because when I was at camp, I was what I call a complainer. I complained. Everything we did, I complained about it. But now that I can't do it, I very much so miss it. And that, for today, is hikes. Specifically, hikes to a grocery store. Hikes to a grocery store were the greatest thing. They were God's gift to Camp Stone. Because any other time I've been to a grocery store, like outside of camp, has not been that much of a thrill. You know, being able to go to a grocery store is like a perfectly normal activity. It's hardly an activity. It's more of a chore than anything. But being able to go to a grocery store at camp is the greatest thing ever. You can just buy as much snacks, candy, soda as you want, and as long as you can carry it back or sometimes be able to take it in the bus back, then you're pretty much set. Okay, guys, now I'm going to ask Alana Overlander what she liked to buy at the grocery store when we got to hike to a grocery store at camp. Go ahead, Alana.
Always the sour cream Pringles, for sure, and Starbucks, and Cape Cod chips.
Oh, our bunks loved Cape Cod chips. We had like a whole thing about it.
Oh yeah, Cape Cod was our oxygen. That was a cheer. And let's think. I think those were the go-tos, and then every time I probably got a few other things that looked good.
Okay, thank you. Toodles.
Bye.
Wow, thank you, Alana, for that little twist on what we were talking about. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening once again. It's really been an honor and a pleasure, as I said before. Love you, miss you, bye. Mwah.
All right, thank you, Sarah, for that excellent segment on Friday hikes. And now it is time for another leaderboard update. It looks largely the same, though the numbers have changed. So everybody is largely staying in the same place. In the individual league, we have Tess Piper, the winner of today's 301 raffle, still in first place from A to Bet with 1,097 points. That is a lot of points. Followed by Mayor Frankel, Molly Piper, Betzalel Broth, and Micah Frankel in 2, 3, 4, and 5, respectively, hot on her heels. In the Bunk League, things have largely stayed the same. Purple Bunkhouse from Dalit is on top. Bunk Burrito, Blobfish, Short Pigeon, and Gimel Girls Goat Gang, which is a mouthful, are following close behind, although Purple Bunkhouse does have a significant lead of 100 points. In the family league, the Smolensky family has shot up to tie the Kelman family.
All right,
at
here
580 points. The race is on, followed by the Graber, Piper, and Frankel families in 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Tevet League has not been updated since yesterday. David Bentor stays in the lead with 150 points, followed by Elisheva Green, Shira Kornblau, Noah Barshain, and Ariella Selesny. Keep completing those challenges. Get your name up on the leaderboard, or if you're on the leaderboard, make sure you stay there.
רבות עבר העם הזה בדרך, ואני הולך עם ראש למעלה, כל אחד הוא בן או בת של מלך. ככה היה, וככה זה גם עלה, יהודי עם נשמה בוערת. בכל מקום ובכל ארץ, לא רוצה שיהיה אחרת. יהודי אני, זה משהו נצחי. בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, בני שרה רבקה רחל ולאה. בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, בני שרה רבקה רחל ולאה. A little bit of history I've been through. Ask me where I'm from, and I will tell you I'm a Jew, and every Jew's a proud Jew. Not just me, my sisters and my brothers. Never be ashamed to be a proud Jew. It's not what you've done, it's how he made you. So sing the song and spread the pride around you. Yehudi ani, eternally. Bnei Abraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Bnei Sarah Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Bnei Abraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Bnei Sarah Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Ivri anoichi v'yes Hashem, Elikei hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri anoichi v'yes Hashem, Elikei hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri anoichi v'yes Hashem, Elikei hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri anoichi v'yes Hashem, Elikei hashamayim ani yoreh.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Boker Tov Sugar Grove. That is it for today's episode. Thank you to Jackie Austin, Yael Engelhardt, and Moses Beebe for our fantastic intro song. We'll be here every morning at 9:45 Eastern Time, streaming live on the website. You can also catch up on our past episodes on the Indoor World website, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Thank you for joining us here on Boker Tov Sugar Grove. Now,
Turim to Indoor World.
Times have changed and much is true. The world can feel upside down. Camp will always be there for you. We will always be around. We've got weather, sports, trivia, and shorts. And there's so much more that we've got in store. On Boogie Boogie Time.